All right, live here on Radio Row, star running back Austin Ekeler joining us here. I was going to say star Chargers running back, but you are now less than 5 weeks away from becoming a free agent.
Correct.
So for those that may watch this, like a few months from now, if you have changed teams, I wanted to make sure that I've covered my bases.
There you go.
Here,
there you
on
go.
behalf of Dairy Queen, tell us a little bit about what's going on
Well,
with one of my favorite spots.
Okay, yeah. So
I
want to hear about your experience. But first of all, I appreciate you having me on.
Good
and we are here at Radio Row at the Super Bowl.
That's great.
And if you're listening to this, that means you're not here.
Yeah.
It means you're at home. And if you're watching the Super Bowl at home, you got to have great food.
Yes, you do.
You got to have a great food selection.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're here with DQ, because we are talking about the honey barbecue shake. Yes, the sauce and toss. Sauce and toss. They can put a little slang to all the words, all their names. The sauce and toss chicken strips. If you want to learn more, we have the dairyqueen.com, and then also check out the Dairy Queen app.
I've got a 2-year-old daughter who has a sweet tooth that is unparalleled.
Oh, yes.
She loves a Blizzard.
There it is.
The kid will not touch anything green, but you give her a Blizzard, and we are in
ready?
business. All right, so I mentioned that, and we'll talk about the game in just a moment here, but I mentioned less than 5 weeks from now you can become a free agent. What's this process like for you? Because this is new territory compared to where you've been in your NFL career.
It's new territory, and also at the same time, we didn't have the best season last year, and especially for me, looking at my personal season, right, dealing with these flipping ankles, trying to get through the season, man, it was brutal, and so that it hinders people, because now there's a little speculation, like, is Austin still got it, like, where's he at mentally, like, and so for me, I'm still fired up, ready to go, ready to make impact on whatever team that I get on, and so that's not a doubt in my mind, but now what is coming out that is uncertain is, where do I want to fit in? And so I've been really, like, looking at it in a qualitative state, like what's the culture like, what's the use of Austin, what's the appetite for bringing in someone like Austin, is it going to be a tandem back, is it going to be our starter, what's the scenario, what's the culture like what kind of leaders do we have on the team? It's been so important. I think if I do end up, coming back to the Chargers, that's something that I really want to focus on and really bring that, because I think that's where we kind of lacked last year was the culture of our leadership. Like, we needed to be better. Yeah. We needed to have more accountability. We needed to have a higher standard. We had a lot of great players, but I think that's where we lacked, if you ask me, in my opinion. And so just knowing that, I've learned so much from last year. And it took a village. It was a village. We all kind of failed together. And wherever I go, I just know that I'm going to be doing everything in my power to not let that happen again.
So obviously you guys have a new head coach. The Chargers do, I should say, for right now, of course, that being Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
There's only so much that coaches are allowed to talk to players about during this portion of the NFL calendar. Have you had a chance to communicate with him at all, or do you have any thoughts on the hire?
So Jim texted me, it was like a few days after he got hired, but just reaching out, just giving mutual respect to each other, and open up a line if you ever had questions or anything like that. And I thought that was pretty cool, just because my future is uncertain with the Chargers. Would love to be back in there of the things that I've heard about him. And I talked to some of his players that he coached when he was at the 49ers, and they're like, man, this guy's special. Like, they loved playing for him. And so, like, just being around them was like, yes, like, I would love to be back in that room. And then regardless if I'm there or not, I'm excited for that organization. They've helped me get to this point in my career, and would love to see them have some success.
You mentioned the flipping ankles earlier. How is everything feeling right now health-wise?
Good to go
this
right
is
now.
Your pitch to NFL teams. 32 teams.
Body is feeling good. We are back in. I mean, I never stopped working out. That's just kind of who I am. I have this like reputation of being really strong. It's because I haven't stopped working out in 15 years. My body, I just keep going.
I don't have that reputation, but I can imagine what it's like.
You can start now.
Yeah.
You can,
never,
if you
never
want.
Too long. Yeah.
But really, something that also separated me that you've never been able to measure. That's gotten me to this point. Like, you see me. Like, you might be bigger than me. But I'm
not stronger. Maybe
stronger, but maybe. Yeah. But
maybe.
The thing that separated me is that I'm able to. I have an obsessive mindset, and it's like when I get on something, like, I'm going all in, and this is everything that matters, and I'm bringing everyone along with me. Like, we're gonna go, we're gonna win, we're gonna do everything we possibly can to win. And so that's what I bring to the table. That's what's been. I think you can't measure that. You can't measure someone's heart. You can't measure someone's work ethic, and that's exactly what I bring. That kind of shows. I told you, like, 15 years of not working out or working out nonstop. It's like that's a way for me to go exert that and get that energy out there and push myself. So, same thing when it comes to football. I've been playing that even longer. I've been playing football for 20 years. And still looking forward to continue to make an impact on the team out there.
Let's talk Super Bowl here. You have faced the Chiefs many times during your career, but they've changed. They're a different defense than they have been in prior years. What's the biggest challenge if you're San Francisco, trying to find a way to score against a Chiefs defense that has not allowed 30 points in a single game all season?
Yeah. There's a few things that stand out about the Chiefs. Obviously, Chris Jones is one of them. But then one that maybe it's definitely obvious if you watch football, but their linebackers are extremely athletic. Nick Bolton, and then shout out to Drew Tranquil as well.
Former teammate.
My former teammate. He's been crushing it. So looking forward to watching him play. Really hoping for just good health from them. I really don't care who wins, but I'm just like, hey, all the guys get through healthy, and then also look, I hope it's a good game. Like, make it interesting for us. But they have sticky secondary as well. But I think really one of the strengths that's kind of not overlooked, but like really is the pillar of them is the athletic and the linebackers. I say like they have like a safety net before their safety net with those linebackers because they're able to cover so much ground. Great zone droppers, can blitz, can be disruptive in the run game, and can pressure the quarterback.
So as far as the past like 3 to 4 seasons are concerned, both in terms of total touchdown production and also reception production, receiving yards, and rushing production, you and Christian kind of been the two guys that kind of carried the mantle for backs. Do you have a relationship with Christian McCaffrey at all?
Yeah, it's more of a mutual like business. Like, hey, we play running back. It's a little relationship. We actually did our pro day training together, so that's where he's from Colorado. I'm from Colorado. We came out the same year, so we did our training at the same. So that was really when we met each other, and then obviously I went to LA, and then he went to Carolina. So we're on two different sides of the world, and we never even played each other. And so it's just been, like I said, we'll see each other every once in a while, mutual respect, but also looking forward to him. If he gets one, I wouldn't be sad. I'd be pretty happy for him because he's one of those guys, and we'd love for him to be MVP as well, Super Bowl MVP, just because there's this advocacy that we have for like the running backs making such a big impact in the game. And it's not every running back, but the guys that are at the top level, like the impact that we're having, right? We talk about this, running back pay. Like, hey, we impact the game as well. And when we see guys that are doing it, it's like, yes, like we need more of those. We need more of us. And you see it with some of our young guys coming up. You saw with even some of our own guys. You saw Raheem out there. He's 31 years old doing his thing, And so our guys are stepping up. And I love to see, that consistent success from our guys.
Let's go back to that for a second because you've been outspoken about the running back market, and I know that several veterans were sort of involved in a Zoom last year talking about just like how do we advance the football down the field for running backs. 6 or 7 months after that Zoom conversation took place, like where do you think we're at, and how can that running back market advance in your opinion?
Yeah, I think that we did a great job bringing awareness to that. We're not happy. Just the fact that everyone's talking about this Zoom call was boom, perfect. Why are they talking about it? Because they don't like what's happening. Oh, you mean we don't like when you put a 1-year tag on us after we had your best year, Josh Jacobs, 1,600 yards going into free agency? Actually, Josh, we're not going to let you go out and get a free market deal. We're going to put you on a 1-year deal, and you don't get to negotiate it. We don't like that. It's terrible for us. Like, we're trying to have a nice career, especially if you have a great career and then you get pegged. It's just for any players, not just running back, for players in general. It's just not great for us when we're trying to continue to have a great long career and make as much as we can, because we're putting a lot into this game. It's taking a lot out of us. We want to make sure we're getting that reciprocated as well. And so the other thing was, hey, guys, keep making impacts. Like, keep doing what you're doing, which is exactly what we did. She keeps showing these teams that, you need running backs. Sure. And, you're not going to go pay every single running back. Absolutely, I get that. You're not going to go pay every single quarterback or any position. But when it does come to our contracts, we want to have the opportunity to go get our open market deal. So that's where we're at.
We'll end here. Back to the game.
Yeah.
Super Bowl pick and Super Bowl MVP pick.
I could care less.
Not who you want to win, but who you think will win. How about
I
that?
don't think anyone's going to win.
Okay.
I think they're going to tie.
Give that a Super Bowl MVP at least?
Hoping Christian McCaffrey or Isaiah Pacheco.
Okay.
Shout out for the backs.
Got
to represent.
You are a running back.
Got to represent, man.
There he is. Star NFL running back Austin Ekeler. If you're watching this a few weeks after we've recorded it, he might have a different team, or he might be back with the Los Angeles Chargers. Good luck to you in a very important time for you.
I appreciate
coming
it.
Up.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.